Hello, it is Jamie at the Bead Gallery. Can you hear me, Jason?
I can't, but I can see you.
Oh, you can see me? Okay.
I'm going to tell everybody out there.
Hello, hello. I'm going to find us. Okay, I got us. We're on. I'm here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Teresa. I hope you're doing good today. I'm sending you a lot of love. Our entire Ohana is sending you love, healing vibrations to your sister. Hi, Taylor. You guys ready? I'm so excited to show you how I do my basic wire wrap. My basic wire wrap layout for the fluffy bracelet is something I've been doing for about 20 years. And so I feel really excited to show you how. Hello. Hi, Cherie. Hi, Anne. Jason is. Yes, Jason. What do you need? Oh,
Too late. I clicked it.
what did you click?
This.
Oh,
So
we're
that way
going down. Let's look at some earrings we made. How's the lighting, everybody? I do always need feedback. How do we sound? How's the lighting? How does it look? I always appreciate. Hello, Ruth. Did you see my earrings, Ruth, in the opening shot? I was just doing these in the Ohana real quick, so I'd have a matching piece. So first I will see what everyone is going to say about the sound, about the lighting. I can make it brighter. Hi, Anne. Let me make it a little bit brighter. One moment.
So, with the brightness, if you need more light, you can add your light. But for the camera, I can adjust it.
Okay, for my eyeballs.
Yeah.
For my eyeballs.
For your eyeballs? Okay.
Yeah, because I dimmed it a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But now I have my glasses on. Wait, I have to show Dee and Kara, who was with me in the Ohana, my earrings that I made. I'll put one down so you can see. Here's the earrings that I was doing right before we came over here because I wanted a matching earring to my necklace.
And did you want to show them on your ears?
Yes, I showed on my ears too. A little darker to contrast the ladybug bead. Okay, so here's the earring. Oh, and I'll go see if I have something a little darker to bead on. Right inside here, I have a dark blue. So maybe let's see how that works. This is a little darker. A tad bit. Let's see if this works. Okay. No, Jason's like, no. Let me go look.
Same tone.
Let me try this blue one. I'll try this. Okay, let's give them a vote. Does this look good? How's that for the layout color? So that is on blue. So I could change my background. If you can see better on the blue, or do you like it? Can you see better on the gray?
It's going to change a little bit. It has to readjust for the color now.
Yeah, it had a little bit of a color readjustment. So now that is what the gray would look like. Okay, I'll wait for your responses. Now, if anybody likes my pikake earring, I loved making them. So if you are interested in me pulling pairs for you, please don't just buy them online and be like 2, 2, and 2, because the chances are if we just randomly pull 2 from the bag, it's not going to match. I just discovered that when I made my own pair of earrings. Had to be quite picky to make sure that they were matching on both sides in terms of color and shape, since they are hand carved. Hi, Tracy. Look at my earrings that I just made. Okay, Jason is getting the blue mat ready. I'm going to switch out everything.
You just have to do this.
1, 2, 3. Okay, and then let me just pour all my. Just pour it on there. Is that easier? Okay. And Jason's going to pour all my beads onto that mat. So we're going to be making a fluffy bracelet. Now, if you don't know what that is, I have some samples before we even begin.
Do we have that available on our YouTube channel?
The fluffy? No, I've never done it. This is the first time. If this is the first time you're doing this fluffy with me, can you give me a thumbs up or a comment? Because I have taught it, I think maybe in person when we had the store live a couple of times, at least 2 or 3 times. So here is a sample of a fluffy bracelet. Now these were my jam like 20 years ago. Our lights are gone. I loved these. I made these all the time. This was my hobby, was making these. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Amy. Okay. So Cherie is saying that she has seen a demo of the fluffy and Anne has, or they're saying that like um, they like the bracelet. I'm not too sure, but thank you for a thumbs up. That's always nice. This is your first demo. Awesome. So it is, what it entails is this is not random at all. So I want to first identify that. It took me a couple years to figure out how to create a pattern that I was able to successfully explain without it sounding too like, oh, you just do this and you just do that. Oh, good, good. Then this is new for Cherie and Anne, but I do appreciate your thumbs up, my friends. So what it is, it's a very patterned bracelet based on 5s and 6s. I just did it that way because when I first started doing it, I had 5 beads, 6 beads, and different ones. Still, we did teach this on War 20 years ago. And so I have at least, I don't know, 20 of these. These are the 3 that I had nearby. So if you can see, oh, this is an awesome one because you can see that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a 5 bead, main 5 bead layout. So when I would teach it, I would say, everybody just find 5 beads and we'll go from there. So let's start from the beginning, okay, of how to do the layout for this super cool bracelet. I have 2 kinds of chain and they both work. So I wanted to show you that if though your beads are really, really big, it's okay if you go with a chain that has a larger hole. If your beads are on the medium size, you may want to divide it by a chain that has more holes. The more loops there are per 6 inches, the more beads you get on there. The more beads you have on there, the more complicated it looks to the eye. So I think that would be really cool depending on what you like. So I am going, or you see how this chain is really big? Then you can put multiple beads on per loop. So don't feel like you can't use what you have. Use what you have. You have some kind of chain that we can turn into a fluffy bracelet. So let me teach you the math behind it. Okay, I'm looking at my palette and I'm debating, do I want shiny or do I want like a more, oh, that's a hard call. Jason, I actually like the paperclip chain. For some reason, it's making me feel really like earthy, even though I am kind of a sparkly girl. Okay, if you need some chain, this is CB56. It's not in the, if you want to just type it in, you can comment sold space CB56. Don't worry, I'll show it again later. But if you're just like, I need this chain, it is a rose gold plated, and it's a square drawn. I'm going to use this one, CB112. This comes in different colors. This is the antique one, CB112. So the first thing is I'm going to wrap it around my wrist and I'm going to measure it. I do like that rose gold one. It's so pretty. I might cha-cha bracelets. That's funny. It does. It does. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to use a toggle. So whenever I use a toggle, I always just make the chain just meet on my wrist, okay? So it just meets. I'm going to clip it. If you do have Lindstroms, please don't waste your Lindstroms on cutting a chain like this. Use your Zurons because these can cut up to 12 gauge and they are awesome. If you want to know more about these cutters, ask me, because you know I'm always using my Lindstroms. But when I'm cutting a base metal or something that does not need to be flush cut, use your Zurons, because these made in USA ones are so good. The price is like half the price of a Lindstrom. They work really well.
Give me 1 second to put that in there.
Oh, I have one right of it there, but we can review that again. I want to just keep everybody with me.
Yeah.
I had these toggles remade for us. This one right here, this twisted vine. They went out of what do you call it? Not stock, but they were stopped. They were discontinued. But I love them so much, so we had them made for us. So I have like a couple hundred of these. So if you like this toggle that I'm using today, it is copper plated over pewter, and that's C417. I know. I'm so organized today. Can you believe it? I was running around going, I better bring everything, because I know sometimes when we do stuff and I'm not prepared, it makes me feel like I'm going to start sweating. Then I have some jump rings. So these are a 5mm 18 gauge. I love these. They're so easy to use. So I'm going to open my jump ring first of all. When you open a jump ring, you want to hold it so that the pivot point right here by my fingernail is exposed. So it will look like this. You can even make a V shape. When the pivot point is exposed, you are going to be strengthening and hardening just that point that moves. So it'll look like this. Open, pivot point moved, that stiffens it, put on your clasp, and close. Okay, here it is. The reason I'm adding my toggle on now is it's going to add length to my bracelet. And in case I've misjudged the length, you don't want to have one extra empty chain in your fluffy bracelet that has nothing on there. I've done that and it's like, oh, not as cute. And then trying to figure out what goes there, that is fun. So here is my bracelet fitting perfectly the way I want it to. So again, I had the chain just touch and then I added the clasp. So my clasp was C417. I'm gonna put this away. My jump rings are the C210, 100 pieces. That's like 8 cents a piece. That's an awesome jump ring. And then the chain that I'm using is CB112. And just get 1 foot because that's all you really need. I'll tell you how much chain. Let me measure mine in case you're wondering how much a foot gets you in a bracelet. I am using 6.5 inches on mine. Oops. Okay. Hi, Deb from Pennsylvania. Okay, so now we're going to count how many loops there are in our chain. So no matter what chain you use, you want to count it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. Sometimes when there's 17, you have to do a little bit more hard math, but we're lucky. We have 18 loops. That means that if I want to use a 5-6 pattern, it's not going to be too hard. First, I'm going to fold the chain in half, and I'm going to find the middle chain, or something close to middle. Okay, that's this one right here. Then I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put my ends. So when you look at the chain, you can think of it as some are sitting upward like a tire, where it's just you can see the wire. You can look at some as flat like a donut, where the hole goes top to bottom. However you want to identify it, just make sure you're always aware if it's a top to bottom hole or a front to back hole. Because how we wrap on it will make a difference. So I will split it so it goes middle hole, And then I'm going to go maybe here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'll put this as my last one, and then I can split it equally. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in between, and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay. And there is some thought into this. I do not put, you see how like the way that I'm going every 3, I'm skipping, there's 3 empty chains in between, 3 empty chains in between. So I could put my very last bead, my biggest bead here, like this. There's 5 of them. Or I could have I could flip it so that I started here as my very first bead, and then I'd have 1 extra link on this side. It would just be a mirror image. But you want to put your biggest beads on the clasp side for this reason only. When this bar comes through the loop, if you have a big bead next to the bar, it is very hard to pull the bar through. So if you can, in your pattern, think 1 step ahead. If there's a big bead and you can put it next to the loop or next to the bar, always pick putting it next to the loop. Okay? So I need everyone to give me a thumbs up if you understood that the big beads go next to the loop so that the bar can fit through easily.
Thumbs up.
Okay, awesome.
And that would include those blue ladybugs, right?
Yes, these are the biggest pieces on my bracelet.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, if you have any questions, it's a great time to ask because I really want you to learn alongside with me. Now, my secondary bead that I really love today is these pearls, these chocolate pearls. Now, I think we still have some of these ladybugs. If you're interested, oh, Jason put it up there. These are like a special order. So once they're gone, I don't have any more. I bought everything that I could. We ran out the first time. I had 20 strands. So I got 50 more, and I think we have a few left.
Let me check right now.
Okay. Now, these pearls are brown faceted. Tell me if the lighting is good for you all, okay? So these are faceted brown pearls. I'm going to put them next to the ladybugs 6 times. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. My bead mat is puffy and making mountains. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I could do this. Oh, you know what? I could do this on my sticky mat, but then it might give some reflection. So let me try. Now we have 5 beads and 6 beads. So we got a great start. We have 11 beads on our bracelet. Now you're going to go and find out if there's another bead that you really like. I do. I like these blue ones. This one is Gem 1762. Gem 1762. And be picky. There's some light ones and some dark ones. This is the Amazonite colored quartz, right? I like the milky ones. So I'm going to pull just the milky ones forward for now and use that in my pattern. You can see that those are the milky ones. These are like the more dark transparent ones. Then I'm going to put it next to the brown pearl. Okay. And there's no room on this side because the pattern's done. So I can only use 4 for right now. If I wanted to, and I was like, no, but I love it, you can put it on the opposite side of the ladybug instead. Now, working on the opposite side of your biggest bead is smart because when the bead hangs on the chain and it's a large bead, it creates a really naked space on the other side. So across your biggest beads, it is nice to put another big bead. At any time, if you need more details as to why I'm doing something, please ask. This is like the perfect time to ask because I'm here and I'm live, as are you. Okay, now I'm looking at it and it's looking a little bit like color-wise, not enough, texture to my eyeball. I'm gonna put in these stars. I love these. These are $12. These are rose gold plated hematine stars. So cute. I'm gonna probably use these a couple times throughout the bracelet. But for now, I am going to put them next to the ladybug. Okay, so that one's gonna come 4 times. If you want to, and you're like, oh, I don't want so much space between all my ladybugs, no problem. Put it in the center. And we had 3 in between. 1, 2, 3. Put 2. 1, 2. This chain is longer. 1, 2. So the nice part is the layout is everything. The layout is everything. I love patterns. So this one will have 6 going here. Then I'll put these 1, 2, 3. I find this so relaxing to do this layout. So fun. Then you can put 5 here. Then you can put these across. 2. See how easy it is? Like when you start breaking it down just for my, I find my brain loves this process. Then I'll put the stars here. 3. Oh, I actually like this layout better. Because look how many stars I can get in there now. So instead of 4, I got 6. Okay. Now, I would love any questions at this point. I'm hoping my friend Giovanna is here because she wanted for me to walk her through basic wire wrap. So Giovanna, if you are here, please comment so I know I can start the wire wrapping demo. So now another thing to think about is stacking. Stacking will help your bead, this is a good example, get lower. If all your beads end at the same height, it doesn't look interesting to the eye. There's not enough texture happening. So what you want to do, Wendy, you're so funny. I'm glad I make it look easy. It should be easy once you do it like 100 times. You want to add texture to your piece. I'm going to put a sparkly silver ball at the bottom. It's not a ball. It's a faceted copper plated brass bead. This is, you get 12 inches for $12. I think it was 113 or something like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put the star above it. And then I'm going to put, that's kind of cute. Let me see what happens if I put a pearl. Oh, I like that. So that's my component. And I'm going to put that instead of where the, oh no, how about if I just leave those stars? And on the other side, I'll wrap that. That's cute. So now we're going to get some length and not everything's not going to just fall at the same. Oh, Sylvia, you're so smart. Look, Sensei not paying attention. So we're going to put that ladybug next to the loop. Thank you. You saved me. Okay. Now, this would come across here. Teamwork is the dream work, my friends. This. We have a lot of these pearls. I think we have like 10 strands left of this one. This is gem 1613. So if you like this pearl that's in here and you didn't grab any, grab some today. I have a present for you all too. If you're buying something today, I was going to sell these, but they were kind of expensive. So instead, I'm just going to give it to you as a free gift. Everyone can have 2 of these. They're 2 flowers that match the whole palette. And I didn't want to break them up and sell them by the piece. I was like, oh. So I decided that I would just share the bounty. So if you're making this bracelet and you're getting pieces to go with this, I'll send you 2 and then you can make earrings. Look how cute these earrings are. Could just do something like this. Oh my God, so cute, right? Or you can have it hanging underneath the ladybug butt instead. And you can put I don't know if you guys didn't get these stars. If you didn't, please get them because they're just, look at that. That is such a cute earring. All right. So I have enough. If we do pairs, everybody will get at least the pair because I have 30 pairs. And if I have even extra, I'll throw more into some of the orders. Okay. I'm going back to this. Johanna, she did not answer. So I'm going to start, Giovanna. Chocolate pearls. We do. It's $24 for a strand faceted. These are old stock. My friend Dana had them. She sent it to me. Was it like 2 years ago? And then Janine knows, I didn't release them more than once because I was saving them because I wanted them. And I finally put it into this showcase because I was like, they're so nice. Jason is searching for this one.
I put it on earlier.
So it's a chocolate pearl right there. Gem 445. All right. So now my head pins, it's C286. I think they're like $2 for 20, something like that. So this is how I work. First, I take all my beads. And usually I have extras. So then I can set up my pattern at the top. So I know it's going to be Ladybug.
Second right pearl component.
Forgot to start. Oh, no worries, no worries. So now you know that this is just the start. We have about 7 to 9 more layers, okay? We just did the first. This is just the first of it. Stick with me. I'll try to do this in less than 45 minutes. So Jason is going to take some head pins and start on the other side and start pre-wrapping them for me. I'm going to pass him the 6 ladybugs. And it was, so another thing that I do is I draw my loops. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I know that I had a ladybug, skip to a ladybug, skip to ladybug, ladybug, and so on. It's just easier because if you don't continue and you come back to it later, you're just like, oh, what was I doing? So L. Then across, next to that was the chocolate pearl, FWP. Next to that is the star, right? If you want to, you can draw the whole thing in. Then I cross my ladybug. I had the Amazonite quartz. See this? So just draw out all your loops. And then across the stars, I had the section where it is tiny, and then star, and then pearl. Okay. So tiny, and then star, and then pearl. All right. So what you can do is grab all your head pins. You need about 50 head pins. So it's nice to use copper, this is how you get the most out of your time. I poke all of my pieces from the beginning. All 50, 60, or whatever I think I'm going to be using. Or at least close to half to get a start. Good morning, Judykins. And if you want to see anything that I am showing, just comment and I will tell you what they are. All right. So taking my tool. I'm going to make my 90-degree angles. Giovanna, if you're watching in replay, this is the easiest way to mass produce wire wraps that still have a lot of love and effort behind it. Then with my Sharpie pen, I'm going to make my loop darker. Since Jason is helping me, let's make all our loops the same. Where is he doing his? Middle. Oh, easy. Then I don't even have to mark because I know middle.
Use my Ladybug's right there.
Oh, I did. I just did. So he just busted all of those out. Go in, come up, over, and down. Oh, I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it when I do it. And then I'm going to turn. So mass producing your basic wire wraps so that you can get to the fun part. This, by doing the same step over and over like this, it really does make a difference in improving your technique. It's interesting. It's because I think your brain can kind of absorb the task in repetition versus going from step A through G. You just keep doing B, 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 B over and over. Okay. If you have spacer beads, daisy spacers, bead caps, oh my gosh, bring it out, use it. If you have 3 and 4 millimeter bicones, also use those, stack those. Whenever I use a crystal, I tend to stack them towards the bottom though, because I notice when you stack them closer to the top of the chain, you don't see it as much. When something is longer and dangling down, it has more action and you can see them further away from the chain. So you could try that, okay? Now, we're going to attach these. So let me get these on here. When you're attaching it, I'm going to start with my ladybug. The first one goes, oh, here. On your drawing, you can draw your loop and your bar. Loop and bar. So at least you know which side is which. Because as you could see, I forgot. Okay, so I'm going to put on my... Now here is technique. Let me get my cover. This is important, my friends. Okay. Oh. You do not want to know what I'm doing. Okay. When you're attaching something, I have a specific way of holding the chain, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I use my thumb and my ring finger. So if you guys do any kind of stitching work, embroidery, or anything that you have to control thread, crochet, this might seem familiar to you. Thumb and ring, make them be best friends. Pointer and middle, keep them as best friends. So you have your 2 best friends here and your 2 best friends here. 2 best friends hold the bottom, the other 2 best friends hold the top. Now your chain can show you evenly which chain is top and side. Can you see that? So we're only going to wrap on one side of the chain. This is really important because when you start wrapping on any side of the chain, it starts to look wiggly wobbly. So I'm going to help you. Hold your chain in your hand like this, and we're always going to attack it from one side. So open your door. Pinky, you're not doing anything, so you can help. Open the door. Come up, drop it in, and wrap. You don't have to check your work. As long as you're holding it the way that I just showed you, it will go on to the correct side of the chain. Okay? So get it set up with your loop. Open the door. Wrapping on the right side of the chain. So as long as this one is on the right side of the chain, open the door, come up through the loop, drop it in, and wrap. Whenever you cut your wire, cover your wire and cut it. This will protect you and everyone around you. Hold your loop. Open the door. Hold it so your chain, your ladybug, is on the right side again, or left. If you're left-handed, it will be on the left-hand side. Okay, pinky. If you're not doing anything, help me out. Oops, I'm supposed to count 2 chains. I put it on the every other. I'll cut that off. Okay, 1 second. So it's on the right side. I'm going to count 2 chains, 1, 2. This chain has a top and a bottom. So you have to kind of choose which one you're going to do. But you're going to be consistent no matter what. So I'm going to count 1, 2, and I'm going to go on the bottom of this chain. So consistency is what is going to make this bracelet look organized and very harmonious to your eye. So I'm not just choosing any part of the loop to wrap into. Now, I don't know if I lost you all in terms of of what I'm doing. So if you have a comment, that would be awesome. So then I'm going to count 2, 1, 2, go on the right side of the chain and add it in. Keep this on the bottom. Count 2, 1, 2. Nope, this is supposed to be on the right side of the chain because it's the third one. Count 1, 2, and hook it on the bottom. So there is a specific place I'm adding them on, but it is very repetitive. So there is a pattern, and I'm repeating it over and over. So basically, as long as you are repeating your sections over and over, you'll be okay. Okay. So this was right side, bottom, right side, bottom. This one is going to be a right side. So the last one was a bottom. So hang it at the bottom, count 1, 2. This one on the right side, bottom, 1, 2, right side. And I am totally ready for any questions. If you use a smaller loop chain, it is easier because when you use a smaller loop chain, like the CB56, this one, the chains are not as long. So you have a lot more chains to choose from, so it doesn't have to spin. You can work on one side of the chain. I think I can explain that to you in just a second. So this was right, bottom, right. So we'll hold this one on the right side, count 2 chains, 1, 2, and stick this on the bottom. Okay. And this really teaches a lot of flexibility because of your brain, because it's it is encouraging patterning, but at the same time, you can be creative and just go for it. If you're like, I don't want to do any kind of patterning like that, I just want to just wrap it on there, go for it. I have taught that way as well. It's just if you don't know if you have enough beads and you don't want to run out, this is a lovely technique. Okay, so I have 6 beads on there. Now I'm going to take my chocolate pearls and I'm going to add them on and open the loop. So my friends, this is pretty much it. This is pretty much the technique. So if I'm holding it, I want to go on the next chain. I'm going to go on the top loop. I have dead silence out there. So I don't know if either the technique got too confusing or if we got cut off. But please, somebody out there, let me know that I am not sitting here by myself. So right loop, bottom loop, so put it next to it.
What?
Do I fill each hole? I do. I do, and I fill each hole sometimes more than once. Sometimes I'll put like 2 to 3 gems in it, especially on this paperclip chain because the lengths are so long. Okay. And so the only thing that I think you need to remember from all of this is just be consistent. If you put that on a certain part of the chain, just always put it wherever it's working for
You got some comments to look at.
you. Oh, trying to figure out how to know which side of the link to put it on. Okay, so because I started on this one at the right side of the link, so I just go right. This one was on the bottom link. This was on the right link, so you can see. This one hangs from the bottom of the link. This one's on the right side of the link. And whenever I was on the right side of the link, I always hung my chocolate pearl on the top of the link. So it's just whatever rule you want to make. These are just made up little rules, but what I want to teach you is the basic repetition of what I'm doing. One more on here. So this one was on the bottom. And when I had this one on the bottom of the link, I always wrapped on the right side on the next one. Yeah, there's nothing really to remember because there's not a secret to it. If you guys want, we can do a class for this where I can give you a sheet. We can all have the same chain because having the same chain also helps. Because let me show you why. If we do a chain like this, it's almost 1.5 links to 1 link of the long one. So that means that you wouldn't have to think about rotating on the top and the side and the top and the side. On a chain that's short, you only work on one side, and that makes it a lot easier. I picked the harder chain, the longer one, because I like the color. It's not harder, it's just finding a consistency. So all of these three are hanging on the same side of the chain. These three are hanging on the same side of the chain. Yeah, let me put one on real quick so you can see. I put on one of my favorites, this white one. So when I first started making these, I did not like it, Cara, when I would put on my bracelet and it looked naked on the top. So it would all hang, like it was all hanging so perfectly that it was only dropping. And I was like, oh, it didn't look fluffy. It looked like laundry hanging on a clothesline and it was all naked on the top, which is why I started wrapping on both sides of the bracelet. But this is what it looks like on. Gravity will pull most of them down, but by wrapping on both sides, you kind of have a better chance of it. The other one on for you. You don't always have to use a toggle. This is all gemstones. So this one is amethyst, rubies, pearls. I think it's got some tourmaline. This one is like 20 years old too. Okay, so then I'm going to follow my guide, and now it's going to get easy. Why? Because let's pick something that goes on the other side of the chain. So the aqua, the Amazonite quartz goes on the opposite side of the ladybug. That's an easy one. So I'm going to ask Jason. I wanted only milky ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to give him 6 of my milkies and ask him to wrap those while we get ready. And we're going to put a star on the other side of the brown pearl. That's easy. Now, what are you going to do when you have all of these extra wires, right?
Mhm.
That you barely even used. Let's see if we can use them. I'm not sure. Do you guys ever reuse your little scrappy pieces? I like to. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I can make a paddle. Let's see if I can make a paddle, and then I can use the rest of my copper wire. I'm looking for a hammer I can hit it with. Okay, let me try.
You want a small face or you want a large face?
Oh, I got one. Okay. So here is a little scrap of wire. It is 1 inch. Oh, just make sure that the end is flush cut. So take your cutter, cut it, hammer it. What we're trying to do is spread the metal. Okay. So you make a little paddle so it's wider. And let's see if it will block up the hole on my star. No, the star just fell off. Let's see if it will block up the hole on my pearl. Yes, because pearls have smaller holes. So I just made my own little head pin on this. Now, one thing you have to do is you have to smooth this out. Because right now, because it's just a cut edge, it is pokey. So if you are wearing something delicate and you scraped it on there, it would not be a good thing. Swear, it's not. I'm gonna see if I have sometimes I have an emery board or a file. Oh, Jason, do you think you can pass me that file that's right behind me? So right down there. You can take your file and I'm just gonna leave my pearl in there so it's easier to hold. It's a lot easier with an emery board, I tell you, because
Want me to get you one?
it's so small. If you have one. I'll show you what I do with an emery board. And you don't have to be as careful either. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm just gonna hammer out this one. Then we don't waste any. Oh, thank you, Taylor. Girl, SB376. It is metallic copper penny. Hi, Melita. You're so good. Okay. So let me just take the emery board. I like the emery board because then you can just go in any direction. It's a specific emery board. It's one we got from a beauty supply that is for nails that are made out of like, I don't know, it's like fiberglass nails, but acrylic nails. It's still a little bit too, so that means that this wire is too thin. It's a little bit on the thinner side. So even the seed bead is a little too big for it. So I'm just gonna stick with the pearls, but that would have been so awesome. You can use these seed beads on the bottoms of your head pins. Okay, so I put a pearl on here. And if you have enough wire to wrap it with, let's see, I don't know. Let me try. It might have to be a smaller basic wire wrap than you're used to. Or you can do an eye pin. I'm gonna wire wrap it. Ta-da! I got one wire wrap in there. I know, I was hoping it would work too. And I'm just gonna put it on I'll take this and I'm going to put it on the other side of each of my brown pearls. Sometimes when I don't have enough of a tail, I just go ahead and I make do by bringing it around with my tool. I don't have as much control, especially because the wire is so short, but you only have to do this 5 times. And then you don't waste your head pins, which I think is a great idea. Oh, okay. Ta-da! So if you want to use your leftover piece of wire, you can. I put it on the same loop as my pearl.
Nice.
Okay. In the meantime, Jason did all of these, so I'll attach these on so you can see how easy it is when you attach it to something that's already on there. So here is the ladybug on one side of the chain. Now just put it on the other side of the chain. Oh, this is like the best part. This is like the fun. I would say the first 11, the 6 and 5 of placement, you have to pay attention, but now you don't. Now you can just follow along with the foundation that you built. I will post this up on the Ohana after I'm done. I think it's probably going to take me a little bit of time, more than the next 10 minutes, but I'll just keep going. So if you guys have any questions or you want to pick up anything from the show today, please do, because anything from the show today does get a little free 2-flower gift of beads that I decided not to sell and just save. If there's something you do want to know more about, ask away because Jason can post it as my hands are busy.
What can we tell them? We have the review on Tuesday. So if you guys want to see anything from this show or yesterday's show, it'll be on Tuesday for the items that are available, of course.
We're filling orders right now.
We are filling orders right now and shipping orders right now.
The link with the 2 pearls? Yes, I can. Let me get my Amazonite quartz in and I will flip it around. Then you can tuck all your ends in later, all at once. Oh, I knew I forgot one.
What happened?
I was like, where does my last Amazonite quartz go in?
I really like that bead, the Amazonite.
It's nice, yeah? We had this Amazonite quartz in 2 sizes in the show, in an 8 and a 6. That was a nice selling one because the color is so pretty. It's so oceany.
Yes, so I'll show that to you, Kara.
This one, my Zurons.
Yeah, so that is...
Do you want me to just stick that in there, Jason?
You can, but I'll do
pass
this
it to me real quick.
So these are made in the USA cutters. It is really good. It has a wider head, so it's difficult to use when you're doing the fine work that Jamie's showing you. But if you're going to be cutting chain and you're not sure of the thickness of this, the wire, you can use your Xuron cutters. Remember, these cutters are meant for soft wire, not for hard wire. And what do I mean by soft and hard wire? Hard wire is considered steel wires. So memory wire, you shouldn't be using these cutters or any cutter.
I cut soft flex with it. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can cut soft flex with it because it's a braided cord versus a composite, a solid wire. So cold rolled steel, memory wire, cold rolled steel, florist wire, that sort of thing. And those are considered ferrous metals. They have a lot of steel in them. You shouldn't be using your fine jewelry tools to cut them. You should be using a hard, either a carbide cutter, a memory wire cutter, a shear cutter, something that's built to cut hard metal. Okay, these are jewelry grade tools. So remember, these are soft. These are non-ferrous metals. So if you guys have tool questions, you can always email us. Okay. Those fat cutters, Judy, are right on the screen right now. TLB 28C is $24. Wait, is that correct? Wait, I think it's 25, but I wonder who. Let me check that real quick. TLB is $25. Sorry for that little I don't know why it's showing that. Sorry, guys.
So I didn't have enough wire to do a wire wrap
That's the correct price, guys. It'll show up.
for this one. So I just need an eye pin. So I'm going to use an eye pin for the next one. Since I'm just using scrap wire, I mean, I think you just got to kind of go with whatever you can get out of it. Now, add this one on, Wendy, and I'll show you the difference between the loop with the eye pin and the loop with the wire wrap. Maybe you can't tell. So this one is the wire wrapped one. This one is the eye pinned one. Yeah, I don't like wasting either. TLB28C is this cutter. So this is the one I reach for when I'm going to cut anything up to 12 gauge. My Lindstrom only cuts up through 16. Write on your cutters what it cuts up to, and then you'll never mess up your cutter. That is like a really good tip. Jason started doing that, I don't know, like a couple years into our business after we had people accidentally cut the wrong things with it, like memory wire. Oh my Lord.
If it doesn't say memory wire on there, don't cut it because it doesn't say memory wire, does it?
No. You know what I like to do with these little pieces? After you flush cut the ends, I'll show you. You can make super cute, itty bitty, teeny tiny figure eights that you can link and make really, really cute earrings.
So yes, the question is, so is the TLB 28C the red orange handle cutter? Yes, it is. It's exactly that. Jamie, I'm gonna have to leave you.
Okay.
In just a few minutes.
And then you can hammer these, and then you can link it, and you can do teeny little things when you want. So I never really have much waste when I'm beading. You're asking a lot of different tools. All right, Judy, just let us know. All right.
So the file, Judy, isn't on the website because we haven't been using it as much, but I can put it on the website later. It's the half round file that Jamie used. And the emery board is also available. If you guys can't find a emery board at home, we do have it here.
After you hammer, always reclose your loops because yes, the metal will spread. Cute job. And you can just play. Just always remember to flush cut your ends before you make any kind of shape with it so that when you hammer it out, it'll look nice and smooth. I don't recommend using these links as bracelets because this is only, I think, what, 24 gauge wire?
Yeah, it's only 24 gauge wire. I think it is. Which one? That head pin that I just put on the screen? That head pin is 22 gauge.
Oh, 22. No wonder it's got some nice
body. Yeah.
It's got some nice feel to it.
So you guys, on Tuesday, I'm gonna put the rest of the head pins that Jamie talked about in the show. I'll put it together on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I don't have all the numbers for the head pins, but I do have them available.
We have all kinds.
In copper, if you are trending towards this color, this rustic color.
After you make your little scrappy, you can wire wrap something to it, and you can make teeny earrings. Cute, y'all. So you can just sit here all day playing with your beads. Now, Jason has to go because we're opening the store. So I will keep working on this. But before I go, I am going to look at all the comments and see if there is any other questions. Cornerless cube. You got it, my friend. That is the cornerless cube spacer that I have underneath this cutie little pearl. Yesterday we had our earring masterclass. That was so much fun. And then at the end, I found out that I can't really share it the way I thought I would, because at least everybody who came to the class, because Zoom changed some of their settings. And I went onto this community board to find out what happened. And instead of just focusing on the hands in a big screen, it recorded it. So it's just a teeny, teeny, tiny little square. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think anyone can see that. So I'm thinking about retaping that as a class video we can use that everyone can watch in order to move up to more intermediate classes we're going to do. So that's my plan. So you will be getting everybody. I will split up. I think I have like 60 of these flowers. So I'll split it up between everybody who got something today. If you do want some, yeah, I don't have any, but I know we do sell them. I think it's like, I don't know, a couple dollars each. These are check. They are, what do you call it? Table cut. So they have a coating on them so that it has a secondary color, and then it's run flat in order to give it that nice shiny cut surface. The super cute little ladybug is this one, Melita. And I know I have like 10 strands. I just checked before I did the show so that we could make sure everybody could make something. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Jason and I, oh my gosh, we wouldn't be here without you. We appreciate you beyond measure. So it is always our pleasure to share whatever we can with you guys. Really, I'm trying to figure out how to get my face back up here. One moment. Ta-da! Okay, let me jump back in. So he went to go and help the customers. Look at my earrings. I'm so happy. So these are my Pikake earrings that match the necklace that my friend made for me. And they have 3 sizes on there. And I just wanted to let you know, if anyone ever wants me to pair them for you, please ask. Please don't just go on the website and buy them, because it was my first time pairing them for an earring like this, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna grab some and hop on and make it." No, because I mean, just when you look in the container, they all look like they would match. So I was really, really surprised, which I shouldn't be since they're hand cut, each one, that most of them, like you just any random 2 that you pick, it's like human beings. They were just a little off, and it's okay that they're not perfect, right? But nobody wants one where it's like, 2 millimeters shorter than the other, and then it adds up and it doesn't just look as even. But I guess asymmetry has its place as well. But anytime you need help, let me know. Thank you. Thank you for showing up for the show. Thank you for watching the fluffy bracelet. I appreciate you sharing my passion for this. And I think I'm going to do a tutorial. And based on some of the comments, which you guys always help me, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to do it on a shorter chain, like the CB56. And that way, we don't have to choose, like I was showing you, the top and the bottom of the chain, because the chains are so long that we don't have as many spaces to choose from. So mathematically, it's harder to divide when you only have 18 links. Now, when you have like 30 links, you can work all on the bottoms, on all the tires, so you can work on all of these sides, and you don't have to think about, oh, is it this chain or this chain? So a shorter chain link is a lot easier for your first time, okay? If you need a shorter chain, contact me and I'll help you out. I'm gonna turn off that check thing, and I'm gonna wave goodbye and say thank you very much. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday's the review. What we can do is, if you have any questions about anything about these copper and mint combination projects, let me know. I pulled all the beads for this show so they all matched. I was so happy. I was so excited. This might have gotten me the most hyped of any other show I've ever done because I made everything work. And like as a beader, finding 45 things that can work with each other no matter what, that is a feat. It took me almost 2.5 months to get this ready. So I'm going to do another one. If you have a color combination that you want me to do, let me know. Otherwise, I don't know. I think I'd like to. I don't know. My mom sewed this. This was my mom's, and she asked me, "Do you want it?" And she sewed it. She made it fit me like a little bit better. I'm a little bit smaller. Isn't that cute? My mama made this for me. I love her so much. I'm looking. Yeah, I like shows where everything works together as well. Tuesday tea, it's going to be at 2 p.m. Hawaii time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern. So thank you. I'm going to tell my mama that you guys like this blouse. She's so cute. She's like, come inside. Come try this on. I'm really lucky. I Everything that I think that is good about me, I think I got exactly from my mom. So thank you for sharing and appreciating her as well. Looking at the comments, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Anything else you want to learn this year, let me know. I am now working on a knotting class and a little bit more intermediate earring classes. So I feel really excited about everything that's coming up around the bend. Just getting my surgery out of the way means that now everything, like I feel like I have the whole world in front of me. And guess what? We have a new bracelet design that Jason and I are working on. I should give you guys a little heads up. It is these super cool silicone bracelets. I'm getting them in multiple colors. And I'm going to Tahiti again because you know that I have a friend who works for the airlines. And when she goes on a trip, she invites me. Now, if you've ever had a friend who works for the airlines, you know you almost can't say no to a trip because the savings is amazing. I mean, honestly, there's no way that I would just go to Tahiti ever if it weren't for her kindness and her generosity. And she's always thinking about me and she invites me when she goes. I get to go to Tahiti again at the end of this month. If my doctor says it's okay, I have a doctor appointment the same week. And if he gives me the thumbs up, I get to go. Now, it works out nicely because it's a standby ticket. It's never guaranteed that I get to go. So I guess that's part of the I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going, but if I do go, as you know, I'll be thinking about you guys and some new designs and new things we can do together with Tahitian pearls because I love them. Last time I went, I was able to wash the baby oysters. They just arrived in their coolers. I got to wash them, put them in their new homes, and get them acquainted with the water temperature. So this time, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it just depends, you know. It just depends. Judy, oh, Teresa, you're gonna go to Kauai? I'll hook you up with Miss Judy for sure. Text me and I can hook you up because I know Miss Judy is such a wonderful host. Oh, I wonder if you guys will get to meet and go somewhere. Anyhow, sending my love to you guys. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity of your time, for buying things from us, for keeping us in business. I appreciate it so much. I do. Jason does. We do so much. Thank you, and we hope you have a wonderful week. See you on Tuesday. I'll try to see if we can do something fun with whatever ladybugs I have. And I'm going to show you a finished bracelet. Let's do a contest. Guess how many beads I'm going to have in my finished bracelet? And I'm gonna make you a little kit of all the beads because I'm not gonna use them all. But if you can guess how many beads I use on my bracelet, and your closest person will win. Closest person will win. Make sure you buy something because we give away so much stuff that we don't ship. We don't ship for free. I mean, it's just something we cannot do. So the giveaways will be based on if you bought something and we can stick it in your package and send it on to you. But take a guess at how many beads you think. Let me know on Tuesday's show. Whoever has the closest amount will get a whole bunch of beads so that you can make this. When I say a whole bunch, I promise it's a lot because there is a lot of leftovers of everything. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Take a guess. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.